Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new season of Card Sharks here on the channel. It's season number 2, and as you can see, we're using a different software this season. Nothing against the software we were using last time, but it was kind of a bit buggy and tended to crash at times. But we've got new software, and so we hope you'll enjoy seeing this. And we've got 2 new contestants with us today to start off our second season. Starting off with Mr. Brandon Hinkle. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine today, Mark Griota. You?
I'm doing just fine. Brandon, of course, was on Wheel of Fortune not yet, just yesterday, the Wheel of Fortune episode we taped yesterday. And you didn't exactly have the best of luck there, but do you think you'll do better in this game?
I should do my best, Mark.
All right,
If I
that's
did
all.
well in Mr. Scruggs' part of his area, then I should do all right in his area. By the way, if you all should go to Mr. Scruggs' channel and help him reach 1,000 Ks for subscription for subscribers.
That is right. Well, we wish you the best of luck here, Brandon. And in the blue position today, we have Mr. Russ Bielfeld. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you please.
Yes, I'm a pastor in Cincinnati. Somebody just came into the studio. Welcome.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here. You both know how we play. It's best to but since we haven't been on the air card sharks in a while, I'll give a refresher to everyone. We play a best 2 out of 3 match, and of course, whoever wins 2 games first will advance the money cards for a chance at $32,000. Okay. All right, Brandon, you're in the red position, so we're going to start with you on this first one. We asked 100 farmers in Iowa, was your farmer also a father? How many farmers said yes, they were?
38.
All right, Brandon says 78, and Russ...
38.
78, yes, and Russ...
38. 38.
Oh, you said 38, okay.
Yeah.
Edit.
Alright, Alright, well, I typed it in wrong, so I'll just have to remember that it's 38. Russ, higher or lower than 38?
Well, I think a lot of the farms tend to be family farms. They probably run from generation to generation. I think it'll probably be even higher than 78, rather 38 or 38 or 78. I'm going higher.
He said 38, but I typed it in wrong.
Yeah, well, I think either way, I would go higher. I think it's got to be at least 80.
All right, well, the actual number of farmers in Iowa who said their father was also a farmer is 95. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's the start of a new season when Seamus puts in the wrong number in someone's podium. But nonetheless, Russ, you do have control to start off with. And we are going to start you off with a queen.
Ah, that's a nice start. I believe the next card will be lower.
Lower than the queen. It's a 5.
5 can be a little tricky, but I'll play on and say the next one's higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 7.
Yeah, now we're in the middle, so I think this would be a good place to freeze.
Alright, he is going to freeze on that 7, keeping Brandon away from the cards. Now here's the next question, which is for you, Russ. We asked 100 homeowners, do you think your house is haunted? How many of them said yes?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, probably not that many. I mean, probably not enough things that probably warrant that thought. So I'm going to say 18.
Alright, Russ says 18. Brandon, higher or lower than 18?
I remember watching a show over on a show called A Haunting and everything else. And I remember some houses can be a little scary. So I think it might be just a midget higher. Just a midget.
A smidgen higher. Actual number of homeowners who said they think their house is haunted is 12 of them. It is lower than 18.
Ow.
By the way, and I actually forgot to point this out earlier, if either one of you give me guesses a survey answer exactly right, you'll win a $500 bonus.
Ooh.
All right, Russ, you're in control, and you have the 7 with the option to change.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Let's change it.
All right, the 7 is now another 7.
Yeah,
Oh,
same color, different suit. Well, let's just play the odds and go higher.
Higher than the 7. It's a queen.
Well, let's try to run it out and go lower.
To win game 1, lower than a queen. Oh no! It's an
balls.
ace. And we're going to fill in those 2 spaces, and the control goes to you, Brandon, with an 8 that you cannot change.
Yeah. Let's go lower.
Lower than the 8. Oh no! It's a queen.
Ow.
All right, we're going to fill in that
Coming out
space.
early.
And question goes, number 3 goes to you, Brandon. We asked 100 married people, if your spouse made out with someone else, would you consider it cheating? How many of them said yes?
Well, let's see. I don't think that's a very high number because let's say like I had a nice girl out here and she's really my cousin, like my cousin Melanie, and I would tell my girlfriend that she's just my cousin and I am nothing on her. So I don't think it's a very high number. I think that's about maybe, now listen here, Seamus, 24. 24.
24. Alright, Seamus, do we have it typed in correctly this time? We do. Very good. I will proceed. Russ, higher or lower than 24?
I think the words, the exact words you used were make out, and I think if you use those words exactly in the question, I would have to go much higher than 24.
Alright, Russ says it is much higher. The actual number is 89. It is indeed much higher. Alright, Russ, you have a 7 once again, but you can change this one if you wish.
Yes, I would like to change it to something that's not a 7, please.
Well, the good news is it's not a 7. But it's not that much of an improvement. You have a 6 this time.
Yeah, well, we'll just keep it higher, hopefully.
It's a 10.
Ah, all these middle cards, unbelievable. Well, I'm just gonna take a shot and go lower.
This is to win game 1, lower than a 10. No, it's a king. 0 for 2 on trying to win game number 1. And Brandon, we go back to you with an 8 that cannot be changed.
Okay, Olaf. Let's do this, Olaf. Let's go lower.
Lower than the 8? No!
Yes, where are all these queens coming from?
I have no idea where these
Out
queens
there.
are coming from, honestly. Last question in
Yeah,
game
like
1.
this.
Somebody has to win on this play the cards, and Russ, the question's for you. We asked 100 massage therapists, if someone falls asleep on the table, do you take a break and still charge them anyway? How many of them said yes, they would take a break and still charge them?
Yeah, I think the question is how many of them would actually admit that they were still charged them. I'm hoping that some of these massage therapists are a little more ethical than that. I'm gonna say, medium low number, 33.
Alright, Russ says 33. Brandon, higher or lower than 33?
I think it's the midget lower.
Alright, he says lower. There we go. Actual number of massage therapists who said that they would take a break and still charge someone if they fell asleep on the table is 18 of them. Now, Brandon, listen to me carefully. You have an 8 up there, and this time you can change it, but you would have to turn over 4 cards if you play. Russ would only have to turn over 2, and he cannot change the 6. So, what would you like to do?
As much as I really want to change that Olaf, I may run into trouble, so I'm going to give it and pass it to Russ. Russ, have fun.
Alright. Gonna give it over to Russ. You have to call both cards correctly in order to win game number 1.
Well, 6 is my lucky number, so I'm hoping it's still higher.
A 10.
That damn 10 again. Well, this has to be lower. There has to be a lower card at the end eventually.
Well, maybe the third time will be the charm for you trying to win game 1. Lower than the 10, it's a 6, and you have indeed won game number 1. All right, Russ, congratulations. That's 1 win for you, as well as $500. Brandon, that means you have to win game number 2 in order to force a tiebreaker here. As I check my control sheet here. Okay. Tab to move to round 2. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, Brandon, you know what you have to do here, like I said. And here is question number 1 in the second round. We asked 100 nurses, in your experience, are men bigger chickens when it comes to needles? Brandon, how many of them said men are the bigger chickens when it comes to needles?
I'm thinking, I listen here, Seamus, 44.
44 of them. Alright, Russ, higher or lower than 44?
Yeah, you're asking the women on this one. Women will probably agree that men tend to be bigger chickens. Of course, I'm not scared of needles though, but I think most men probably would be scared. I'm going to go higher than that.
Higher than 44. Alright. Actual number of nurses who said men are the bigger chickens when it comes to needles is 87 of them. Now, for all you nurses out there, I'm a man, but I'm no chicken when it comes to needles. Russ, you have control to start off game number 2, and the card is a queen. That's a very good start.
Yeah, we keep getting these queens so early, but hey, well, let's stay with the odds and go lower.
Lower than the queen, a 2.
Well, finally. Good card to work with. Higher.
Higher than the deuce, a 4.
Well, it's still good, so might as well just play higher again.
Higher than the 4. Oh no, a 3. Oh, some bad luck there for you, Russ.
Yes.
We fill in those spaces, and Brandon, your first card is a 4.
Fire!
Higher than the 4. Oh no, another 4.
You get nothing for a pair. Not on this show.
Not exactly.
Oh, really?
Not exactly. Yeah, that's what Bruce Forsyth said on his version, I do believe.
Mark, you're a bad influence. You know that? You're a bad influence.
Russ, next question goes to you. We asked 100 office workers, have you ever taken a roll of toilet paper home from work? How many of them said yes, they have?
I think in most offices they got him in those little contraptions that are locked. It would be kind of hard to steal toilet paper. So that number should be pretty low. So, may know some pretty, some pretty smart people who may try to break into those things, but I still think it's going to be a low number, like 24.
24 of them. All right. Rated higher or lower than 24?
I think it's just a midget higher. Just a midget.
A midget higher. And the actual number of office workers who said that they have taken a roll of toilet paper home from work is 30 of them. It is indeed a midget higher. Well done. And you've got the 4, Brandon. What do you want to do?
Let's go higher.
Mad numbers are people of
It's
reduced
a 7.
stature higher than others.
Please!
Wasting no time freezing on that 7. And Brandon, the next one's for you. We asked 100 people, have you ever been woken up in a movie theater because you were snoring? How many of them said yes?
I'd
my
say
answer.
about 46.
That's not my
46 of them.
Yeah, your
Russ,
answer's
higher or
like
lower than
50.
46?
answer. No.
I guess it depends on the movies that they're watching at the time, but I'm gonna say lower.
Alright, he's gonna say lower.
My answer would have been 69.
Oh, well, of course
Actual
you
number of
would.
people who said that they've been woken up in the movie theater because they were snoring is
12.
10 of them. 10 of them. And Russ, you are in control with the queen.
Yeah, we'll keep that queen and go lower.
It's an 8.
Lower.
No,
Risk it.
I'm not. I am
Lower.
not touching that. I'm
Lower.
freezing.
All right, gonna freeze on that 8. Both players 3 cards away, but both players have some middle cards now as their base cards. So, this is gonna be very interesting here as we come down to this last question in game number 2. Someone must win on this play of the cards. Russ, we asked 130 somethings. Are you afraid of the dark? How many of them said yes?
I'm afraid of you, Mark.
30 somethings. 30 somethings.
Said afraid of the dark.
Who's still afraid of the dark? Wow.
For the record, I'm 33, and the dark doesn't scare me.
I would hope that's a very low number.
Mark, letting survey you.
Let's try 24 again.
24. All right, Brandon, higher or lower than 24?
I think that's a lot higher.
Gonna go higher. Actual
Brady
number 30
Cat.
somethings who said that they're afraid of the dark is 23. Russ, you are one number away from an exact answer bonus. But nonetheless, the decision is yours. You can play the 8, you can change the 8, or you can pass control up there to Brandon, who would have to play off the 7. Both of you are 3 cards away from winning this game. In Brandon's case, it would tie up the match. In your case, it would win you the match. What do you want to do?
Well, just like that city in Texas, El Paso.
Gonna pass it over to Brandon, who cannot change the 7. And Nels laughs evilly at that.
Because he.
Is
never
evilly
mind.
even a word? I don't know. Brandon, you gotta call off that 7.
Oh boy. Let's go lower.
Lower than a 7. It's a jack, and Russ has won the match. Alright. Well, Brandon, we thank you for being with us on this first episode of the season for Card Sharks. We have $500 for you, and our thanks for being here. We will have you back again.
Live.
Alright. So, Russ, let's get you over to the money cards here.
Who's gonna be the first to win 32 grand?
Well,
Not you.
Russ could possibly do
card.
it. Well, nobody won
I'll tell you
32
what, it
grand
ain't
last
gonna be
season,
you,
I don't
though.
think. But
Oh,
Russ, if
you
you
want
could do
bet?
it, that would
You
certainly
want
be
bet?
nice. Let's go ahead and deal out the cards here.
Yeah, 32,000.
All right. Now, minimum bets are $50 until you reach the big bet, where you must risk at least half the money. You're allowed to change at least 1 card per line. And, of course, we start you off with $200 in betting money. And, Russ, we wish you the best of luck as we reveal the first card for you. A queen.
Oh, more queens.
All the way.
All right. Let's go 100 lower.
Oh.
Half of it lower than a queen. It's a 3, and you've got $300.
Yes, the 3's much better. Let's go 50 higher.
$250 higher than the 3. It's a 4. That'll bring you up to $550.
Yeah. Okay. I think I need about 350 higher.
$350 higher than the 4. No! It's a deuce. That
hammer.
brings you back to 200, but we do move that 2 up to the next line. So you have $600 and a
Yo,
card that you
350.
cannot lose with.
Yeah, cannot lose, so bet it all higher.
All 600 higher than the 2. It's an 8.
That's now would be a good time for a change. So let's pick number 3.
Alright, going with card number 3. And it's another 8.
Wow.
1,200 higher.
Well, I mean, I am going to go higher, but I'm not going to bet that much. 200 higher.
$200 higher than the 8.
Don't listen to
It's
them.
a deuce. Well,
I
you
bought a
lost a
better
couple of
card.
$100, but you've got that 2, and it's a very good card.
Yep. Not a better card, so all of it higher.
All 1,000 higher than 2. A free. Let's move that up to the big bet. And you have to risk at least 1,000 on this. You've got a very good card here.
Yeah, no guts, no glory. Let's bet it all higher.
For $4,000 higher than a 3. It's a 6. You got it. Alright, that's $4,000 in the money cards for you, Russ, plus $1,000 for winning the match. You're our first champion of the season with a grand total of $5,000. Congratulations. Alright, so Russ, congratulations on that. You'll be back to defend your title in the next episode, where we'll have a brand new challenger for you. And that's all the time we have here today.
I'll take that.
What was that?
I'll take it.
Well, looks like Russ
you
already
will.
has a challenger for next time. So, Russ, you'll be taking on Nels in the next episode. But we're all out of time for this one. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Because nobody else wanted to challenge.